Hello and welcome to the Airfix Model World Workshop. Today we've got a brand new kit from Beacon for 144 scale, modelling both a Spitfire and a Messerschmitt. So John, it's not often we get a brand new manufacturer's kits coming into the office, so can you tell us a little bit about what's on the workbench?
Yes, so this is the first kit from Beacon Model. This is a completely new startup, completely based in the UK, and they're specialising in the small scale, 144th scale aircraft kits.
Yes, I was quite taken by just how small these feel.
Typically for scale modelling, 144th is used for airliners, kind of big, chunky aircraft, rather than these small fighter aircraft from World War II.
Because they are very dinky, aren't they? They're only what, sort of 7 or 8 centimetres across the wingspan.
Yeah, very, very small indeed, very fiddly, but a lot of fun nonetheless, and great for storage as well. You know, you can fit a lot of these small aircraft kits into a display area.
It's quite nice that these come as a twin pack as well. We get the Spitfire and the Messerschmitt together, obviously a classic combination from the Second World War.
Yeah, and this is a particularly interesting set because the markings supplied in the boxing give you a Spitfire and a Messerschmitt that actually fought over the skies of Kent in 1940.
Okay, so the company's done their research then to find what goes together.
So we've got Gerald Stapleton's Spitfire and Franz von Wehrer's Messerschmitt, and Franz von Wehrer was made famous because he was shot down and escaped from captivity, was eventually deported to Canada, escaped from there and got back to Germany.
And which type of Spitfire is it that's in the kit?
So the kit supplied scheme is for a Mark 1A, but you also get separate parts to do an early Mark 1 with a 2-blade propeller, Mark 2, and even a B variant with cannon armed wings.
Okay, so even though this is a small scale kit, actually there's lots of different variation parts in this as well. And it was one of the things I noticed, actually there are 2 different types of wings in each kit as well.
Yeah, exactly. So for the Messerschmitt you've got the chance to do an E1, E3 or E7 with tropical fittings in there as well. So despite the small scale, there's a lot of variation within the kit parts.
So what else is in the box apart from the plastic parts for these?
Yeah, so you've got 2 styrene runners for each aircraft, a kit supply decor sheet and pre-cut masks produced by Peewit. And further to that, Beacon also has its own standalone set of generic Battle of Britain decals, which is also available from the firm.
And what do you actually need to complete this model? Is it like anyone else's kit where you're going to go and find your paint schemes and paint colours and things?
You'll need to supply your own paints. Call-outs are supplied on the back of the box, and you've got full painting instructions in the booklet itself. But other than that, nothing unusual really. Standard modelling tools, craft knife, neatening tools, a file or some sandpaper and polycement.
So obviously we've put these together as a quick build today, so is there any standout highlights from this model?
It's just how small they are. These are really dinky, but the interior detail is superb. There are moulded features in there. If you really pick out the detail with highlighting and washes, you'll be able to see that through the canopies. But the parts breakdown is also quite simple. So these came together very quickly this morning. It's not too difficult despite being quite fiddly.
So I did notice that whilst we haven't put all the parts on, that actually we've even got separate exhausts going to the Spitfire as well. Is that because we've got variations on the different types as well?
There's no variations on the exhaust, but it does allow you to do different fittings further down the line. I would imagine with further releases we could be looking at a Mark 5 with the Spitfire. All the parts seem to be there to do that next, so watch this space.
Excellent. You say about the next, we know what is coming next from Beacon.
So as this Beacon are a new startup, this is the first kit that's available. They also produce STL files for printing your own resin editions. So you can get pilot figures for both of these aircraft and some ground crew and things like that. There are due to be some crowdfunding efforts to get the next kit, which they haven't as yet chosen, but a range of Battle of Britain aircraft in the pipeline, we think.
So where can we read more about these new kits from Beacon?
So there's further analysis online at keymodelworld.com. We're going to have a write-up in Airfix Model World magazine, and we're also going to have a full build feature on this model kit in an upcoming issue of the magazine.
Fantastic. I'm looking forward to seeing these with full paint and weathering as well, because there's some really nice engraved detail, isn't there?
Absolutely. Once these have been decorated, the highlighting, weathering, these are really going to be standout models.
Fantastic. Right, well, thank you very much for joining us today here in the Airfix Model World Workshop. We hope you enjoyed this latest video from us, and look out for more on the website. Thank you once again. We'll see you next time. Bye for now.